Hello and welcome here. Today, we're diving deep into a modern affliction that touches nearly all of us, a relentless mental hum that often drowns out the quiet whispers of the present moment. Overthinking, you know the feeling, don't you? That churning in your stomach when your mind races ahead to an uncertain future, conjuring countless what-if scenarios, each more daunting than the last. Or perhaps it is the endless replay of past conversations, dissecting every word, every nuance, wondering if you said the right thing, if you were judged, if you missed a crucial detail. That gnawing anxiety about others' evaluations, the paralyzing fear of making the wrong choice, or the sheer exhaustion of having your inner monologue hijacked by an uncontrollable torrent of worries. You feel powerless, you yearn for clarity, for a quiet space within your own mind, but it feels perpetually out of reach. If you've ever found yourself caught in this relentless mental loop, feeling overwhelmed by the sheer volume of your own thoughts, then you are definitely not alone. This is a problem that resonates deeply with so many of us in our fast-paced, information-saturated world. But what if I told you there is a simple, profound practice, a one-line Zen technique that people in high-stakes environments like Silicon Valley use to regain their mental footing, often in as little as 5 minutes? It is not about silencing your thoughts completely. That is often an impossible and frustrating endeavor, but about redirecting their immense energy, transforming mental noise into focused intention. Let's begin by truly understanding the beast we're trying to tame. Why do we overthink? Our brains, magnificent as they are, evolved for survival. They are constantly scanning for threats, analyzing patterns, and trying to predict outcomes. In ancient times, this kept us safe from saber-toothed tigers. Today, it translates into an incessant analysis of emails, social media. This default mode network, as neuroscientists call it, is incredibly powerful. It's the part of our brain that activates when we're not actively engaged in a task, leading us down rabbit holes of self-reflection, rumination, and future planning. Add to this the sheer volume of information we're exposed to daily, the constant pings, alerts, news cycles, and social comparisons. And it is no wonder our minds feel we often fall into the illusion that more thinking equates to more control, or even better problem solving. We believe that if we just analyze every angle, anticipate every pitfall, or replay every scenario, we will somehow arrive at a perfect solution or prevent future misfortunes. But this is a dangerous trap. Overthinking doesn't just fail to solve problems, it often amplifies them, creating imaginary hurdles, inflating minor setbacks into insurmountable obstacles, and trapping us in a cycle of indecision and anxiety. The cost is immense: mental exhaustion, a diminished capacity to enjoy the present moment, decision paralysis that stalls our progress, and a corrosive impact on our relationships and overall. It saps your joy, steals your sleep, and keeps you from fully engaging with the richness of life unfolding right now. The paradox is that the very act of trying to think our way out of a problem often deepens the hole we're in. This brings us to the core of today's discussion, the one-line Zen. Imagine a high-pressure environment like Silicon Valley, where innovation is paramount, decisions are swift, and the stakes are incredibly. Mental clarity isn't just a luxury there, it is an absolute necessity for survival and success. Amidst the chaos of constant deadlines, rapid changes, and intense competition, a simple yet potent practice has emerged as a way to cut through the noise. It's not about hours of meditation or intricate spiritual rituals. It's about a single, simple, profound thought or question, a one-liner, if you will, that acts as a mental anchor, a focal point to recenter yourself, to bring you back to the essential. The essence of one-line Zen isn't to face-stop faith thoughts. That is an uphill battle against your own brain. Instead, it's about skillfully redirecting your attention and intention, shifting from a state of chaotic, unproductive rumination to one of focused, intentional presence. It is a cognitive pivot, a gentle but firm hand guiding your mind away from the whirlpool of overthinking and towards a clear, actionable path. This practice taps into principles of mindfulness and cognitive restructuring, allowing you to observe your mental landscape and consciously choose where to place your attention, even if just for a few precious minutes. Let's dive into some specific one Line Zen practices following our problem concept, analysis, application structure, and see how you can integrate them into your daily life. Fayview Point 1. The tyranny of what if, the problem. We are often prisoners of time, mentally oscillating between a regretted past and a feared future. The what if scenarios can be paralyzing. What if I lose my job? What if this relationship fails? What if I get sick? Similarly, the why me lament keeps us shackled to past injustices or mistakes, replaying them endlessly without resolution. Why did I say? Why did this happen to me? If only I had done X differently. Both modes of thinking pull us away from the only moment we truly have power over. The present. This constant mental time travel drains our energy, creates a perpetual state of anxiety, and prevents us from engaging fully with what is happening now. It is like trying to drive a car while constantly looking in the rearview mirror or fixating on a destination hundred. The concept. The Stoics understood this profoundly with their concept of the dichotomy of control. They taught us to distinguish between what is within our power and what is not. While we can't control external events, or even the initial arising of a thought, we fake control our judgments, our reactions, and our present actions. Overthinking often fixates on the uncontrollable. The antidote lies in shifting our focus to the present actionable identifying what, if anything, can be done right now to move forward no matter how small. This isn't about ignoring challenges, but about engaging with them constructively, starting from where you are. The One-Line Zen solution when you catch yourself spiraling into future anxieties or past regrets. Gently pose this question to yourself. Or alternatively, is this within my control, or merely an observation? Application and examples. Imagine you are facing a looming project deadline, and your mind immediately jumps to catastrophic outcomes. What if I fail to deliver? What if my boss is disappointed? What if this ruins my career? Instead of getting swept away, pause, then ask, what is the single most useful thing I can do right now? The answer isn't to solve all future problems simultaneously, but perhaps to open the project document and outline the first section, or email my colleague for clarification on a specific point, or set a timer for 30 minutes and just start. This shifts you from a state of paralyzing worry to one of concrete, manageable action. You are not eliminating. Consider a situation where you are replaying a difficult conversation with a loved one, obsessing over every word exchanged, feeling a pang of regret. You might be thinking, why did I say that? I should have been more patient. Here the One-Line Zen could be, is this within my control or merely an observation? Recognizing that the past conversation itself is an observation, it has already happened, allows you to then ask, what perhaps it is send a heartfelt apology, or reflect on what I learned for future interactions, or simply release the need to relitigate a closed event and choose to move forward. This simple redirection breaks the cycle of rumination by distinguishing between what can be changed and what must be accepted, empowering you to choose a constructive path. Deeper insight, long-term benefit. Consistently applying this One-Line Zen helps you build a powerful mental muscle for discernment. You train your mind to stop expending precious energy on the unchangeable or the hypothetical, and instead channel it into productive engagement with your current reality. This practice cultivates a profound sense of agency, reducing the feeling of being a victim of circumstance or thought. Over time, you'll find yourself less swayed by anxiety-provoking what-ifs, and more grounded in the power of what is and what I can do. You become a master of your attention rather than a slave to its whims. Fayview Point 2. Escaping the echo chamber of self-criticism and external validation, differentiating between my thoughts and me. The problem. Many of us live with a constant. This voice whispers doubts, highlights imperfections, and compares us unfavorably to others. It's amplified by the relentless curated realities presented on social media, making us question our worth, our decisions, our appearance, and our very essence. We often mistake these thoughts, these critical assessments, these comparisons, as absolute truths about who we are. When someone criticizes us, or even when we perceive disapproval, it feels like a direct assault on our identity, because we haven't created enough space between me and my thoughts about me, or their thoughts about me. This leads to a profound sense of insecurity, a constant need for external validation, and a fear of authenticity as we try to conform to an ever-shifting ideal dictated by the concept. A fundamental principle in mindfulness and cognitive therapy is that you are not your thoughts. Your thoughts are mental events, often fleeting, sometimes distorted, and frequently influenced by your mood, past experiences, and even simple biological states. Just as clouds pass across the sky, thoughts pass through your mind. Differentiating between my thoughts and me is an act of radical self-compassion and mental liberation. It allows you to create a healthy distance, enabling you to examine your thoughts rather than being consumed by them, and to choose whether to believe or act upon them. It frees you from the tyranny of both internal self, criticism, and the perceived judgments of others. The One-Line Zen solution when you find yourself caught in a loop of self-criticism, comparison, or anxiety about others' opinions. Use these lines, is this thought serving my well-being? Or whose voice is this truly? I notice I am having the thought that application and examples. Imagine you've just received some constructive criticism at work, and immediately your inner critic roars to life. You are incompetent. You never get anything right. Everyone thinks you are a fraud. This spiraling thought process can paralyze you. Instead, pause. Take a moment to acknowledge the feeling, then ask, is this thought serving my well-being? The answer is almost certainly no. This simple question allows you to step back. You are not saying the feedback itself is invalid, but you are challenging the interpretation of the thought as a definitive statement about your inherent worth. This creates space to then ask, what is constructive here? And perhaps, consider scrolling through social media, seeing countless posts of seemingly perfect lives, and feeling an immediate wave of inadequacy. My life isn't as exciting. I am not as successful. I am not popular enough. Here the One-Line Zen could be, whose voice is this truly? Is it truly your voice, your authentic desire, or is it an echo of societal expectations? Often you'll realize it is an external voice, or an internalized version of one, that doesn't align with your core values. This realization empowers you to consciously disengage from that thought loop. You can choose to remind yourself that comparison is the thief of joy, or my path is unique, and my value is inherent. Another powerful phrasing is simply, I notice I am having the thought that I am not good enough. This isn't trying to fight by adding, I notice I am having the thought that you instantly create a psychological distance. You are no longer identified with the thought. You are the observer of the thought. This simple linguistic shift is incredibly liberating. Deeper insight, long-term benefit. This practice systematically weakens the power of your inner critic and diminishes your dependence on external validation. By consistently differentiating between you and your thoughts, you cultivate a stronger, more resilient sense of self. You become less reactive to criticism, more authentic in your self-expression, and more grounded in your inherent worth. This leads to greater self-acceptance, reduced social anxiety, and a profound sense of inner peace that isn't contingent on external circumstances or approval. You learn to trust your own inner compass rather than being constantly swayed by the winds of opinion. Viewpoint 3. The illusion of productive worry, action versus agitation. The problem. There is a deeply ingrained belief in many of us that worrying is a form of responsible problem solving. We confuse mental agitation with proactive engagement. We think, if I worry about, or if I stop worrying, it means I don't care about the outcome. This often manifests as endless mental rehearsals of worst-case scenarios, playing out arguments in our heads, or endlessly dissecting potential failures. We dedicate immense mental energy to these scenarios, convincing ourselves that this rumination is somehow productive, that it's a necessary step before action. But in reality, it is a hamster wheel, a lot of effort without moving forward, generating only anxiety and exhaustion. This illusion of productive worry keeps us stuck, depleting our resources without yielding genuine solutions. The concept, true problem, solving is analytical, structured, and directed towards a specific outcome. Worry, on the other hand, is often diffuse, repetitive, and emotionally charged. The key distinction lies between fei action fei, which involves tangible steps, even mental ones like research or planning, that move you forward, and fei agitation fei, which is merely cycling through anxieties without progress. Our minds are excellent at creating these agitated states, often to avoid the discomfort of uncertainty or the effort of actual problem solving. But meaningful progress, the one-line Zen solution when you find yourself trapped in a loop of worry that feels like it is masquerading as productivity, ask yourself, asterisk, 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 what specific action can I take in the next 10 minutes that moves me forward? Asterisk, asterisk, or asterisk, asterisk. Am I solving a problem or just rehearsing a fear? Asterisk, asterisk application. Your mind might be consumed by thoughts like, I am never going to get out of debt. What if I can't pay my bills next month? I should have saved more. These thoughts are distressing, but don't offer a path forward. When you catch this pattern, apply the one-line Zen. What specific action can I take in the next 10 minutes that moves me forward? The answer isn't to magically solve all your financial woes, but to take a small immediate step. Open my banking app and check my balance, or review my last month's spending to identify one area to cut back, or spend 10 minutes researching free budgeting tools. This shifts your brain from abstract, overwhelming worry to concrete, manageable tasks. Even these small actions create a sense of agency and break the cycle of aimless. Consider a conflict with a friend or family member that has been bothering you. Your mind might incessantly replay the argument, thinking of all the things you fei have said, or anticipating how the other person might react if you bring it up again. This is pure rehearsal of fear. When you recognize this, ask, am I solving a problem or just rehearsing a fear? If it is the latter, and you are not ready to have a conversation, then the one-line Zen encourages you to acknowledge the fear, and then redirect. Perhaps the specific action is write down my feelings in a journal to process them, or take a walk to clear my head before deciding on a next step. It is about consciously choosing productive engagement, even if it is self-reflection over unproductive emotional turmoil. Deeper insight, long-term benefit. This practice teaches you to discern between genuine, constructive concern and unproductive energy. Sapping worry. By consistently challenging the illusion of productive worry, you reclaim immense mental energy. You learn to trust that true solutions emerge from focused, incremental actions, not from endless rumination. This leads to significantly reduced anxiety. You become a doer, not just a worrier, leveraging your mental power for tangible progress and peace. Viewpoint 4. Embracing imperfection and uncertainty, good enough, as a powerful catalyst. Asterisk, asterisk, the problem. We live in a world that often prizes perfection and certainty. We're conditioned to believe that every decision must be optimal, every outcome guaranteed, and this drives a pervasive need for certainty and fuels perfectionism, which are primary drivers of overthinking. We analyze endlessly, seeking to eliminate all potential risks, to find the perfect solution, or to ensure every contingency is covered. This often leads to analysis paralysis, where the fear of making a less than perfect choice or encountering an unforeseen problem keeps us from making any choice at all. We become stuck in a state of perpetual preparation, never launching, never truly completing, because the ideal of perfect certainty is always just out of reach. This pursuit of the impossible steals our momentum and our joy. The concept life is inherently uncertain. The future is, by definition, unknowable in its entirety, and very few things in life are truly perfect. Trying to eliminate all uncertainty or achieve absolute perfection is a Sisyphean task, a futile effort that guarantees frustration and paralysis. A more effective and liberating approach is to embrace the concept of good enough. This isn't about settling for mediocrity. It is about recognizing that progress often requires making decisions with incomplete information, accepting a degree of risk. The philosopher Voltaire famously said, "The perfect is the enemy of the good." In action, good enough is a powerful catalyst, allowing us to move forward, learn from experience, and refine our approach rather than being stuck in endless contemplation. It acknowledges the reality of constraints, time, resources, knowledge, and prioritizes progress over an unattainable ideal. The One-Line Zen solution: when you feel yourself caught in the trap of perfectionism or paralyzed by the need for certainty, use these questions, asterisk asterisk, what is the 80 divided by 20 solution here? Asterisk asterisk, referring to Pareto principle, finding 80% of the value with 20% of the effort, or asterisk asterisk, what is the smallest step that delivers maximum value? Asterisk asterisk, or more broadly, asterisk asterisk, can I be okay with not knowing everything right now? Asterisk asterisk, application and examples. Let's say you are trying to launch a new personal project, a blog, a side business, a fitness routine. Your mind starts to overthink. It needs a perfect logo. I need to research every single competitor. What if my content isn't absolute? Instead, apply the One-Line Zen. What is the 80 divided by 20 solution here? Perhaps the 80 divided by 20 solution for a blog is to choose a simple free template and just start writing your first post, rather than spending weeks on elaborate branding. For a fitness routine, it might be start with 15 minutes of walking daily, rather than trying to perfectly optimize a complex gym schedule. The smallest step that delivers maximum value is often the one that gets you out of analysis paralysis and into action, even if imperfect. Consider a decision you need to make, perhaps a significant purchase like a car or a new apartment. Your mind begins to obsessively research every model, read every review, compare every feature, creating an overwhelming amount of data without clarity. Here, the One-Line Zen. This acknowledges that you will never have 100% of the information, and there will always be an element of risk. The 80 divided by 20 solution might involve narrowing down your options to the top 2 or 3, identifying the essential criteria, and then making a choice based on sufficient, rather than exhaustive. It is about trusting your judgment with what you to know, rather than waiting indefinitely for what you deeper insight long-term benefit. This practice liberates you from the shackles of perfectionism and the exhausting pursuit of absolute certainty. By embracing good enough and accepting inherent uncertainty, you become more adaptable, resilient, and productive. You move from a state of paralysis to one of consistent forward momentum. You learn that iterative progress, learning from mistakes, and adjusting along the way are often far more effective than waiting for an elusive ideal. This fosters a sense of creative flow, reduces decision-making stress, and allows you to experience the satisfaction of completion and progress, cultivating a more adventurous and less fearful approach to life's challenges. Viewpoint 5. The power of observation. Asterisk asterisk, the problem. When an uncomfortable thought or emotion arises, fear, anger, insecurity. Our natural inclination is often to either suppress it, fight against it, or immediately identify with it. We get caught in the emotional spiral, believing the thought to be an undeniable truth or an inherent part of our identity. For example, if a thought like, I am a failure, pops up, we don't just the thought, we become the failure, leading to a cascade of negative emotions and self-talk. This automatic identification with our thoughts and feelings is at the root of much suffering. We feel overwhelmed, controlled by our internal landscape, unable to escape the relentless mental chatter that dictates our mood and act. This concept is central to mindfulness and many contemplative traditions. You are not your thoughts. You are the awareness behind your thoughts. Imagine sitting by a river and watching leaves float by. Each leaf is a thought or an emotion. You don't jump into the river and try to stop the leaves, nor do you cling to them. You simply observe them as they. The goal is to cultivate this witness consciousness to observe your thoughts and feelings as transient phenomena, without judgment, without attachment, and without immediately reacting to them. This creates a crucial space between the stimulus, the thought, and your response, allowing you to choose how to engage or disengage with your internal experience. It is a profound shift from being feign for your thoughts to the One-Line Zen solution. When a challenging thought or emotion arises, gently use this internal observation. Asterisk asterisk, I notice I am having the thought that asterisk, asterisk, or asterisk, asterisk. What emotion is this thought trying to protect me from? Asterisk, 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 this is interesting. I wonder what this thought needs from asterisk, asterisk application and examples. Let's say you are feeling a strong wave of anger because someone cut you off in traffic. Your mind immediately starts to generate angry narratives. How dare they? They're so inconsiderate. People are so selfish. Instead of letting this anger consume you and perhaps leading to a reactive outburst, pause. Take a deep breath and internally say, I notice I am having the thought that this simple framing immediately creates a space. You are acknowledging the thought and the emotion, but you are not becoming the anger. You are observing it. This space allows you to then ask, is this serving me, or can I choose a different response? You might then choose to simply let the thought pass, or to consciously decide to recenter. Consider a moment of deep insecurity, perhaps before a presentation or in thoughts like, I am not good enough, I am going to stumble. They'll see through me, flood your mind. Instead of spiraling into self-doubt, try, what emotion is this thought trying to protect me from? Often the thought, I am not good enough, is trying to protect you from the underlying fear of failure, rejection, or vulnerability. By identifying the underlying emotion, you can address it more directly. Perhaps you can offer yourself compassion for that fear, or consciously choose courage despite it, rather than being incapacitated by the self-critical thought itself. This line helps you look beneath the surface of the thought to its deeper, often protective, function and other approach. This is interesting. I wonder what this thought needs from me right now. This is a profoundly non-judgmental stance. It treats the thought not as perhaps the thought, I am so overwhelmed by my to-do list, needs you to break down tasks or to take a break. Perhaps I miss someone needs you to reach out. It reframes challenging thoughts as information, allowing for a curious and compassionate response. Deeper insight, long-term benefit. This practice is foundational to cultivating emotional intelligence and inner freedom. By consistently, you become less reactive, more discerning, and more capable of choosing your response to life's challenges rather than being swept away by automatic mental and emotional patterns. This leads to profound inner peace, reduced suffering, and a heightened sense of self-awareness. You learn that your thoughts are not commands and your feelings are not facts, but rather transient experiences within the vastness of Viewpoint 6. The One-Line Zen Ritual your daily 5 minutes for mental recalibration. Asterisk, asterisk, the problem, knowing what to do is one thing, actually doing it consistently is another. We often feel overwhelmed by the idea of adding another practice to our already busy lives. We might try a technique once or twice, feel a fleeting benefit, but then fall back into old habits of overthinking because the practice wasn't integrated into a sustainable routine. The challenge is making these profound insights accessible and actionable in the everyday chaos, ensuring they don't become another source of mental pressure. Without a structured, brief, and consistent approach, even the most powerful tools can get the concept. The power of this One-Line Zen lies not in its complexity, but in its consistent application. Just as a small, consistent daily effort at the gym builds physical strength, a brief, consistent mental recalibration builds mental resilience and clarity. The 5-minute aspect is crucial. It lowers the barrier to entry, making it feel achievable even on your busiest days. It is not about achieving perfect enlightenment in 5 minutes, but about creating a small intentional pause, a micro-intervention that shifts your cognitive state. Over time, these small shifts accumulate, fundamentally rewiring your brain's default responses to stress and uncertainty. It is about building a habit of intentional presence and thought redirection. The One-Line Zen solution integrates. This isn't about rigid rules, but about creating a moment of intentional pause. Application: your daily 5-minute ritual, One awareness. The trigger: asterisk, asterisk, begin by cultivating awareness of when overthinking starts. What are your personal signals? Is it a racing heart, a knot in your stomach, clenched jaw, a flood of what-ifs? Recognize these internal cues as an invitation to pause. 2. Pause, the breath. Asterisk asterisk, when you notice these signals, stop what you're doing for a moment if possible. Take 3 slow, deep breaths. Inhale deeply through your nose, feeling your abdomen rise. Hold for a moment and exhale slowly through your mouth. This simple act physically interrupts the stress response. Choose your line, the anchor asterisk asterisk from the One-Line Zen examples we've discussed. What is the single most useful thing I can do right now? Is this thought serving my well-being? Am I solving a problem or just rehearsing a fear? Can I be okay with not knowing everything right now? Or I notice I am having the thought that select the phrase or question that resonates most with your current overthinking. You might even create your own, tailored to a recurring thought pattern. Write it down, keep it on a sticky note, or make it your phone's lock screen. Repeat and reflect. The shift asterisk gently repeat your chosen One-Line Zen phrase to yourself, either mentally or softly aloud, for about 1 to 2 minutes. Allow the words to sink in. If it's a question, truly ponder its answer. Don't force anything. Just let the phrase act as a focal point for your attention, slowly nudging your mind away from the chaotic noise. For instance, if you are stuck on a difficult decision, gently repeat, "What is the 80 divided by 20 solution here?" And let your mind drift towards practical rather than perfect answers. 5. Action release. The outcome, asterisk asterisk, after this brief reflection. Either identify a small, concrete action you can take based on the insight gained, e.g., "Okay, I'll send that email," or "I'll break this big task into 2 smaller ones," or consciously release the unproductive thought, letting it go with a final exhale. This closure reinforces the practice and prevents the thought from immediately. Even if the action is just choose to be present for the next 5 minutes, that is a powerful outcome. Example integration, asterisk morning anxiety, asterisk asterisk, before checking your phone or email, take 5 minutes with your coffee. If you feel the day's worries piling up, use "What is the most important thing for me to focus on right now?" This sets a clear intention. Asterisk midday overwhelm. Asterisk asterisk, when your to-do list feels endless and you are getting distracted. What specific action can I take in the next 10 minutes that moves me forward? Pick one tiny task. Asterisk before a difficult conversation. Asterisk asterisk, if you are rehearsing arguments. What is my intention for this conversation? Or is this thought serving my well-being? Asterisk evening ruminations. Asterisk asterisk, before bed, if your mind is replaying the day's events. Is this within my control or merely an observation? Acknowledge, release, and focus on rest. Deeper insight long-term benefit. This ritual isn't just about managing individual moments of overthinking. It is about systematically building a new mental habit. Each time you engage in this 5-minute practice, you are actively training your brain to choose focus over distraction, calm over anxiety, and intentional action over unproductive rumination. Over weeks and months, these micro-interventions accumulate, leading to significantly greater mental resilience, clarity, and peace. You'll find that the default mode of your brain gradually shifts towards more constructive patterns. It is a fundamental recalibration of your inner operating system, empowering you to live more intentionally rather than reactively. Viewpoint 7. Cultivating mental resilience. The long-term benefits of consistent practice. Asterisk asterisk, the problem. We often seek quick fixes for complex problems, hoping for an immediate antidote to overthinking. But sustainable change, especially concerning ingrained mental habits, the risk is to view the One-Line Zen as a magic bullet, a single application that solves everything, rather than the powerful tool for ongoing practice that it is. If we don't understand the long-term impact and commit to consistency, we might abandon the practice when immediate results aren't dramatic enough, missing out on its profound cumulative benefits. The challenge is to maintain motivation and perspective, understanding that the concept. Think of the One-Line Zen not as a single medication, but as a form of mental exercise. Just as physical exercise strengthens your muscles over time, consistent application of these cognitive shifts strengthens your mental resilience. Each time you pause, choose your line, and redirect your focus, you are performing a rep for your mental muscle. This builds neural pathways that favor clarity and intent. It is about moving from being a passenger in your own mind to becoming its conscious navigator. This isn't about achieving a static state of perfect calm, but about developing the facacity to return to calm and clarity more quickly and reliably when life inevitably throws challenges your way. It's about building a robust internal toolkit for navigating the complexities of modern life, the long-term benefits, enhanced clarity and focus, by consistently clearing mental clutter, you free up cognitive resources. Your decisions become sharper, your focus more sustained, and your ability to prioritize becomes intuitive. You'll find yourself able to concentrate on tasks with greater intensity and less distraction. This is crucial in any field, but especially in demanding environments where precision, your ability to see the forest for the trees, to cut through the noise and identify core issues becomes significantly enhanced. 2. Reduce stress and anxiety. The constant hum of overthinking is a major source of chronic stress. As you learn to observe and redirect unproductive thoughts, you systematically reduce the internal stressors that plague your daily life. This leads to your baseline level of anxiety decreases, replaced by a quiet confidence and an ability to handle uncertainty with greater equanimity. 3. Improved decision making. Overthinking often leads to analysis paralysis, making even simple decisions feel monumental by using One-Line Zen to identify actionable steps and embrace good enough. You learn to trust your intuition, balance information with courage, and make timely choices that keep you moving forward. This agility in decision making is a hallmark of effective leadership and personal mastery. 4. Emotional regulation. The practice of observing thoughts without judgment. Viewpoint 5 directly cultivates emotional intelligence. You become less reactive to your own feelings, and this strengthens your relationships and improves your ability to navigate interpersonal challenges with grace and wisdom. You learn that emotions, like thoughts, are transient, and you have the power to choose how you respond to them. 5. Reclaiming mental energy. Overthinking is a massive drain on your mental energy. Imagine what you could achieve if that energy currently consumed by worry and rumination. This practice gives you back that energy, allowing you to engage more fully and joyfully with life. You move from a state of mental depletion to one of mental abundance. 6. Living with intention, not reaction. Ultimately, the One-Line Zen practice fosters a life of greater intentionality. Instead of being constantly pulled by external stimuli or internal anxieties, you learn to choose you become the author of your own experience, consciously shaping your mental landscape, and by extension, your reality. This is the path to genuine freedom and deep satisfaction. This journey of cultivating mental resilience is ongoing. There will be days when you forget your One-Line Zen, days when overthinking still feels overwhelming. That is perfectly normal. The key is to simply notice and gently. If you found today's insights valuable, if any of these One-Line Zen practices resonated with you, I would be deeply grateful if you considered subscribing to this channel and giving this video a like. Your support allows us to continue bringing you content designed to empower your mind and enrich your life. I hope today's sharing provides you with a new perspective on the world and a powerful practical tool for navigating. Try the One-Line Zen practice for yourself, even for just 5 minutes a day, and experience the profound shift it can bring. Thank you for watching, and I look forward to seeing you next time.